ride. Take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never want to miss the vibe. Keeping us fun, you better subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe.
What's up, my friends? How you doing? We are here for some more Bloomburrow spoiler action. I just want to talk about how weird YouTube can be for a second, because I was clicking on the channel content area of the YouTube channel where it shows you how many views things have, likes, and all that kind of stuff. And in the most baffling way, it says there's 26 live viewers and 9 views. How? What? Like, how does that math work? Anyways, I thought that was ridiculous. So I wanted to mention that before I forgot once we dive into everything, right? It's just strange. So let me share the live stream link, and then we'll do all our greetings. All right. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-bam. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bam-bam. A-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. A-dee-dee-dee. Okay, there we go. That's good. That is good. Perfection. All right, so hellos are in order. Greetings! Gossip, Felonious T, Zircon, Eric, Kenzuki, Yamagoro, Sum, Kevin, Heavy Metal, Eng, Rays, Shelton, Jess, Second Sliver, Bob, Lasagna, Millmaster, Jojo, Jugglum. I think I got everybody. Some maybe people are audio only, not viewing. That's not even possible. You have to click on it to be able to hear the audio, which would make you a viewer. Like, that would give it a view. Hey, Heavy Metal, thanks for the super chat straight out the gate saying, let's all show this friend some love. Thanks, buddy. You're lord of the board. The board's in a slightly weird place, like in this position, but when we switch over to this, see how it fits in perfectly? Look at that. Look at that. Heavy Metal, you lord of the board, buddy. The heaviest of metal. All right. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Kensuke, wonder if those of us here before the stream starts count as views. Well, I clicked on that. Oh, you know what? Maybe you might actually, you know what? You might be onto something. That might be what it is. 100%. What up, Baron? What's going on? Error? They know if we're looking at our screens or not. Oh, yo, it's like that one Black Mirror where you have to stare at, like, there's all your walls are monitors and you have to stare at ads if you look away. Like, you have to literally pay credits to not be forced to stare at the walls. Oh my God, that's a terrifying idea, actually. That one's messed up. Bob, you missed yesterday's live stream because you were mowing the lawn. Somehow thought of the hipster that the ad used his image in, but it wasn't him, and was surprised that I mentioned it when you watched the stream afterwards. Crazy how things work out, right? Crazy the circumstances, the coincidences. Well, maybe I can move this over just the tiniest bit. Hold on. Whoop. There we go. That's a bit better. There we go. That's good. All right. Juggling, you have me on 2 devices. You watch on the PS5 and link with the phone. Oh, okay. So you basically like use the PS5 to watch a stream like on TV, and then you use a phone for the communication. The future. What a wild. I'm gigantic. I'm going to crush your living room. Brah, brah, brah. I'm going to tear your pets in half. I'm going to spit on your floor. Oh. So, we're going to look at a bunch of the spoilers. I do have to say that because I got sick and wasn't able to keep up with the spoilers the way that I wanted to, there's the possibility that there may be some spoilers we've already covered, because I can't recall which ones I looked at in a stream together or in a video versus ones that I just saw myself when I was breezing around looking at spoilers like on my phone randomly, right? So just letting you know, you may hear me talk about a card that we've already talked about. Greetings to you, Tony. I see all those exclamation marks and I like the enthusiasm, buddy. 100%. 100%. Maybe the rest are blind people. All right. All right. Got my water. I'm all settled in for a long winter's nap. Good night. You guys can just watch me. You guys can watch me sleep and imagine spoilers. How does that sound like fun? Does that sound like a good time? I've heard of those sleep streams. I'll just elongate my neck as much as humanly possible. It's just going to extend all the way up off of the screen, and it's going to come up down here, and you just be like, what? Well, I guess maybe I'll take a stop on the way, like, oh. What up, Carson? How you doing, buddy? All right, so we have a lot of spoilers to talk about, so let us dive in. Feel free to talk about whatever card you see on the screen or whatever else. I got the chat right up here so I can see what you guys are saying. I can see all the super chats, all the goodness. I can tell whether you've been naughty or nice. I don't need a list. I don't need to check it twice. All right. What up, Drunkle? You pulled 3 kilograms of chanterelle mushrooms from the woods? Oh, you're the mushroom man. Did you make sure to have them in a mesh bag so that it would distribute their spores along the forest floor so there'd be more mushrooms in the future? Are you doing it right? Are you doing it right? Or are you a drift gloom coyote? What up, dreams? So, Drift Gloom Coyote is 5 mana, 3/4. This is one of the Calamity Beasts. When it enters, you exile target creature an opponent controls until the coyote leaves the battlefield. If the creature had power 2 or less, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. The fog is descending like a starving beast. I believe our expedition ends here. And you can see the bunnies booking it, bro. They're like, no, I don't want to be eaten by a coyote. Coyotes are the real deal, man. There's I've literally seen coyotes wandering the streets of this city late at night. I went out for a walk at 1 a.m. and there was a coyote. That really tripped me out. I thought that was my door opening. There was a coyote just running down the middle of the street like the littlest hobo, bro. So this is cool. This is a Calamity Beast made of fog that will literally consume you. Wah. Tony, you think Bloomburrow is stronger than Modern Horizons 3? Strong, hard. Like the most throbbing and firmest, hardest disagree with that, bro. Modern Horizons 3 is busted, right? Like you're not going to find things on the level of Nadu in this set. So I don't agree. I do not agree. Disagree. So this coyote's pretty funky. Moving on. We've got Feather or Flight. I love this card. Not specifically for what it does. It's 1 white and 1. Enchant creature flash speed. When it comes out, draw a card. Gives enchanted creature +1/+0 and flying. The last time we had an enchantment that did something like this, I remember, was like Core Set 2019, where it costs 1 white and 1, gives the enchanted creature flying, and you draw a card. This happens at flash speed and cranks up the power by 1. But I just love the flavor text and the art. As he grasped the glowing feather, the lizard's heart soared, and the rest of him quickly followed. Look how elated he is. Imagine you found a feather, and when you picked it up, like angel wings just burst from your back, and you realize you could fly. And when you're holding it up, there's this swirling light. Like, I'd be like, ho, I always knew I was an angel. Look at me, Papa. Love me. Love me, Father. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right. Then we got Harvest Right Host. 1 white and 2 for a 3/3. Whenever the host or another rabbit you control enters, target creature you control gets +1/+0 to end a turn. Then draw a card if this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn. Seems all right. Seems all right. They make a ton of cards now that care about 2 cards. Millmaster, he's Dumbo? No, you're Dumbo. Do you see fucking ears on this, you stupid dickhead? Lizards don't even have ears, you worthless monkey fucker. So no, he's not Dumbo, you're Dumbo, right? Just because Dumbo held a flower doesn't mean I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to accept it because he's not holding it in his trunk. So all the hateful things I said to you, they all apply. Many paws grew this feast, and many paws should share it. He looks like he escaped from Capenna. Hey, give me my protection money. I cooked your mama into a pie, you little bitch. All right, then we got Mouse Trapper, 1 white and 2 for a 3/2 with flash. Whenever Mouse Trapper becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, tap target creature an opponent controls. Meh. I'm not here to hurt you, but I will stop you from hurting others. Dreams, did you literally just go, actually lizards have ears? And then follow it up by going, well, actually they have ear holes. Jam it in your ear hole, buddy. I hope that 2 fucking dwarves show up in your house and jam their dicks in your ears. All right? All right? So there you go. There you go. How about that? Trying to be actually in when you're not even right? Come on, man. Come on. What the hell's the matter with you? Then we got Nettle Guard. 1 white and 1, 3/1 mouse soldier. When it becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, +0/+2. I'm just going to start saying Valiant. 1, sack Nettle Guard, destroy target artifact or enchantment. They really do just keep ramping everything up. Hey, why not a 1/3? Why not a 3/1 for 2 that you can sack to get rid of an artifact or enchantment? I remember when 1 white and 2 got you disenchant, destroy target artifact or enchantment at instant speed, and that was it. And the artwork was like a weird red magic missile destroying a bird plate. So, oh, the crazy glow bugs are pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Then we got Star Charter, 1 white and 3, 3/1 flyer. Beginning your end step, if you gained or lost life this turn, look at the top 4 cards of your life. Couldn't they have keyworded that ability? Couldn't they have keyworded the ability of gaining or losing life in a turn? Because it is very wordy, and they put it on a bunch of creatures in this set, right? You may reveal a creature card with power 3 or less from among the cards that were in the top 4 of your library, and put one into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Seems all right. I mean, he's got a big, like, glowing moth as a pet. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's got a weird face. Yeah, I mean, bats have weird faces, bro. But he's got cool robes. He's got cool robes, so that's got to count. That's got to count for something. That's got to count for something. Then we got Wax Wayne Witness. This is the guy who likes to read Mistborn novels. 4 mana, 2/4. I'm just going to call this ability the Bat ability. He's got Flying Vigilance and Bat ability that gives him +1/+0. I'm not going to read that ability over and over and over. Batfolk clerics consider the cycle of light and darkness as a sacred allegory of life and death. Pretty straightforward. Makes sense. Wow, he's got like a crazy headpiece on, doesn't he? He's got a weird crown on. All right, then we got Gossip's Talent. He's just sitting there having a cup of tea. He's like, I'm going to talk shit about you to your mother, son. A blue and 1 for an enchantment that is one of those level ups. So whenever a creature you control enters Surveil 1, level 2 for a blue and 1, whenever you attack, target attack creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. That's all right. And then 4 mana, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may exile then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. You could get a lot of come into play abilities with that one, right? Right? Yeah. Then we got Into the Flood Maw. There's some song, Into the Fire. What the hell is that song? It just popped into my head when I read the name of this. We united. Something like that. I yearn for comfort. You guys, a bunch of you have to be old enough to know what the hell I'm talking about, right? Do you know the song? You gotta know the song. I'm not crazy. Well, I am crazy. 1 blue instant. Gift a tapped fish. Return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. If the gift was promised, instead return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. So it's either an unsummon or like a pseudo boomerang if you gift it, right? Eric says drinking tea and talking shit's my kind of talent. Some, yes, the previous levels do apply on the level up cards, so you build it up. Gianna, surveillance looks like it can make things move quick. Yep, you can definitely control your draws better that way. Is it weird that there's a Flood Maw and a Flood Gar? Well, I mean, into the Flood Maw, I presume, is entering into the flood that's created by the Flood Gar. So I don't think that's the case. Yeah, Magoro, you pay to level it up. Like, basically, you put it out for the cast up here, and then you pay 2 down here to you get this ability. It comes in as an enchantment like this. Then when you pay 2, now it's leveled up. Then when you pay 4, it's leveled up, and you have all the abilities. Heavy Metal, you're about the same age, but you need to work with... you need more to work with to remember the song. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. Through the Fire and the Flames. Isn't that a Dragon Forest song? Isn't that like the Dragon Forest song from a Guitar Hero? Night Fisher. 2 blue and 3 for a 4/5 flyer. Whenever another non-token bird you control enters, create a 1/1 blue fish creature token. Oh, it's pretty straightforward. He's literally teaching the other fish, the other birds to fish, right? His keen eyes can see the glint of scales far below the river's surface. Oh, Tony, it's called Into the Fire by Doken. All right. You know what? I'm going to assume that's the correct answer because I don't know. Then we've got Light Shell Duo. A blue and 3 for a 3/4 with prowess. When it enters, surveil 2. Lightning and snail as one, cried the rat. It's so beautiful, the otter gasped in awe. Okay. Long River Lurker. Let me lurk by your Long River girl. Oh, I became like a fucking Tibetan monk for a second there. Welcome to Kundun. 1 blue and 2. 2/3 frog scout with ward 1. Other frogs you have ward 1. When he enters, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Whenever that creature deals combat damage this turn, you can exile it. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Did we talk about this one before? I feel like we did. I feel like we saw this one before. Highwind, when you imagine lightning and snail, you think of a fried snail. People would eat it. Long River's Pull. Oh, who doesn't like a long pull? Am I right? Who doesn't like a long pull that results in a river? You get it? You get it? That's a very clever tugging it comment. 2 blue for an instant. Counter target spell. If the gift was promised of a card, instead counter target creature spell. But if you gifted a card, you just get to counter any spell. Why wouldn't you just play with regular counter spell? Am I right? Millmaster says it's per bar going in. Well, listen, man. You want to be turned into spice? You want to be one of the 11 herbs and spices on my chicken, bro? That's a Dune reference, right? Is it Baron Harkonnen is from Dune? Am I remembering that rightly? I don't know. I don't know enough about Dune to say for sure. So, oh my God! I just realized, yo, Long River's Pull. Long River's Pull. He's gonna give you a frog job, son. And frogs have like big open mouths and don't mind getting wet. Yo, buddy. Yo, Tree Fitty for come on down by 3 Tree City, and for Tree City I'll use my 3 fingers and my fat thumb to make it go. Who's got Tree Fitty for the best jerk job of your life, son? You heard of Jamaicans doing jerked meat. We're gonna show you a new way. Zircon, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Through the Fire and Flames was a Dragon Force song. That's what I thought. It's insane. Highwind says, don't think of the frog's long tongue. You ever wondered what it would feel like? You ever seen a frog whip its tongue out and catch a fly? Have you ever wondered what that would feel like if it smacked into your ball bag, right? Just a little flick. Just a little flick to the ball bag is enough to be like, oh, I see the devil. I see the devil. I'm descending into hell. I swear to God, it'd be better to just be punched as like hard in the ball bag than to get the proper flick. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's enough of Long Rivers pull. I'm looking for a Long Rivers pull, yo. Down with the longshoreman. All right, Plume Creed Escort. A blue and 1 for a 2/1. It's a bird scout with flash and flying. When it enters, target creature you control gains hexproof till end of turn. That's not too bad. That's actually not too shabby. I defend Valley and its beauty. What better weapon to wield than beauty itself? Oh, it's a song as old as time, right? Beauty and a river's long pull. Okay. Water Spout Warden. Blue and 2, 3/2. Frog Soldier. Whenever it attacks, if another creature entered the battlefield under your control this turn, gets flying until end of turn. Well, this is limited garbage. The escape route of many a birdfolk thief has been less surefire than they thought. Saved it with the flavor text, actually. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Birdfolk are like, yo, I'm going to yoink this. And then the frogs are like, oh, I got bad news, dickhead. I can fly and I have a warhammer. Get wrecked. Bam. That's awesome. Bandit's Talent. Oh, but not on his watch, Bat Boy. Okay, so 1 black and 1 for another level up enchantment. This one says when it enters, each opponent discards 2 cards unless they discard a non-land card. 2 mana to make them pitch 2 cards or a land? Oh, no, a non-land. Never mind. They either pitch 2 lands or a non-land card. Okay. Levels up for 1 black. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, they lose 2 life. Oh, it's like a rack. 1 black and 3. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card for each opponent who has 1 or fewer cards in hand. Ooh, wow. Wow. This feels really good. Like, this feels really strong. I like the artwork, too. Look at how happy he looks. Look at how happy he looks with his stolen goods. He's like, look at all this stuff I stole. All right. I like this. I like this. All right, we got Bone Cache. Oh, Dreams, that's a good point. That's a good point. Water Spout Warden works with the flying, non-flying concept that they already have going through the set. Solid catch. One black for what I thought said Bone Ache Overseer. Now, it's going to be like, my bones hurt. But then I realized it said Bone Cache Overseer. I'll buy your bones with cash. 1 black, 1/1. Tap it. Pay a life. Draw a card. Activate only if 3 or more cards left your graveyard this turn or if you sacrificed a food this turn. Bring me my harvest. Oh, yo, he's got 3 undead servants bringing him acorns, bro. That's awesome. This artwork's awesome. It's a fucking squirrel wearing a skull as a mask in robes who has little servant skeletons bringing him acorns. That's epic. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. That's so good. Okay, next up. We got Dire Sight, a black and 2 sorcery. Surveil 2, then draw 2 cards. You lose 2 life. They really do just keep amping it up. There's a fine line between predicting the future and causing it. This is some epic artwork, right? Look at that. That's not supposed to be Glarb, is it? Is that supposed to be Glarb? King Glarb? I can't tell. But look at that, man. He's opening up a portal. Could the Calamity Beasts come through it, or does it just let you view them? Like, because you can see what looks like a claw reaching forth. That's epic. That's epic. High Wind, undead shouldn't tire. Why not use them for menial work like farming? Makes sense to me. Eric says, yo, the little skeletons. You're nuts, sire. I thought you were calling me nuts and sire. All right, then we got Downwind Ambusher. It's almost like farty floater. 1 black and 3 for a 4/2 with flash. When it enters, choose 1. Target creature and opponent controls get -1/-1 till end of turn, or Destroy target creature and opponent controls that would dealt damage this turn. So we've seen a bunch of cards like this before where they destroy creatures that have taken damage. But it's nice to see that you can just straight up use it to -1/-1 a creature instead of having to take damage. Husk Burster Swarm. 1 black and 7. 8 mana. 6/6 elemental insect. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature you own in exile and in your graveyard. Menace Death Touch. This feels like 5 years from now, this is going to be a part of some crazy modern deck where you exile a ton of stuff from your deck and just put this guy straight out for 1 mana and he's just super value, so they throw him in, right? He's got that written all over him, 100%. Like, if you can pay 1 mana and get a 6/6 Meneth Death Touch, that's going to be pretty solid, right? The artwork is like a gigantic swarm of insects, which is okay. It's okay. Iridescent Vine Lasher. Oh, who wants to get their ball bag whipped? 1 black, 1/2 with Offspring 2. It's got landfall. Whenever creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. Is this something we already saw? We might have seen this guy. It's all right. I mean, if you Offspring it for 3 mana, then you got 2 creatures, and whenever you put out a land, your opponent takes 2. That's all right. That's all right. Moonstone Harbinger, a black and 2, 1/3 flying death touch. Whenever you gain or lose life, bat ability. Bats you control get +1/+0 and gain death touch till end of turn. Triggers only once a turn. Moonstone weapons drink in the last light of dusk to give their wielder an edge in combat. That's cool, man. The bats have weapons that are powered by the last light of dusk. That's some good flavor. I like that. That's not too shabby. Era Vine Lasher wasn't the last one. Well, I'm not surprised. I figured there'd be some accidental overlap. I wanted to make sure that we got everything rather than going, did we do this guy? I'll skip him. Persistent Marshstalker, a black and 1, 3/1 rat berserker. He gets +1/+0 for each other rat you control. Oh yeah, this guy's insane. Whenever you attack with 1 or more rats, if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard, if you have Threshold, you can pay a black and 2. If you do, put them onto the battlefield from your graveyard tapped and attacking. That's nuts. That's nuts. Dreams, I'm indifferent to the phrasing whenever a land you control enters or whenever a land enters under your control, but if I was forced to pick one, I'd choose the first one because it takes up less space on the card, which gives them more room for the ever-expanding abilities as Magic cards get more and more abilities. So this guy is a pretty big beefcaker right here. Yamagoro, you can only offspring the original. There is no additional offspring from the children. Scales of Shale. A black and 2 for an instant. Costs 1 less for each lizard you control. Target creature gets +2/+0. Gains lifelink and indestructible till end of turn. Like Shedding, but backwards. This card's whatever to me. Who cares? Every day, what's up, bro? Then we got Stargaze. I love this because it shows what happens to the Bat Elders, man. Like, they give up their regular sight, and the starry night sky fills their milky eyes. 2 black and X for a sorcery. Look at twice X cards from the top of your library. Put X cards from among them into your hand. The rest in your graveyard. You lose X life. Not too shabby. Some bat folk dedicate their lives to seeing the world beyond them. This might be something we saw before as well, but I wanted to make sure we did not miss this goodness. What up, Habanero? It's the return of the Angler from Tarkir, 7 mana, 6/6. Yep, there's that guy. There's also the ogre from Lord of the Rings that's killing it in grief decks right now too, right? There's multiple things. You're talking about Gurmag Angler though. Starlit Soothsayer. Some, you think they should bring back Vampire Bats? They're too weak. 1 black for a 0/1 that you have to pay 2 to pump? Garbage by today's standards. 1 black and 2, 2/2 flyer. Beginning your end step if you gain bat ability. Surveil 1. The lunar pan is upon us. Let us turn to our ancestors for guidance and look to our children for hope. Oh, that's crazy, man. It looks like he has spectral fans in his hand. It gives me like a Japanese emperor kind of vibe, honestly. It's got that kind of a feel. Oh, I wonder if somehow these bat artworks with this kind of garments and stuff, I wonder if this was originally artwork intended for like Ixalan as maybe servants of Aquazots or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this could be Lost Caverns of Ixalan slush art, actually. Maybe that's what the bats were. Because it does have that aspect to it, right? The way they're dressed and everything. Maybe. Moving on. We got Wix Patrol. 2 black and 4 for a 5/3 Rat Warlock. When it enters, mill 3 cards. When you do, target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-X till end of turn, where X is the greatest mana value amongst cards in your graveyard. What a hideous creature! And the worm's no looker either. It's pretty funky, man. It's pretty funky. Like, the artwork is really evocative on this one. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Habanero, it's your Friday. Oh, your weekend begins. Enjoy. Enjoy. Brazen Collector. A red and 1 for a 2/1 first strike raccoon rogue. Whenever he attacks, add a red mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana. Step and phase's end. Red just keeps getting crazier and crazier stuff, man. Also, this artwork's awesome. This artwork is awesome. What is he stealing? It looks like he's stealing like a golden thread from a shadow owl. Is he stealing an aspect of a calamity beast? Is that what's going on? Risks taken to retrieve a prize only increase its value. I can understand that. Trophies matter more when you worked hard to get them, right? This is great. I love this artwork. I love the concept of the card. I mean, the power level of it can't be denied. They really have upped the uncommons, bro. It is brazen of them. All right, then we got Conduct Electricity. 1 red and 4 instant. Deals 6 damage to target creature, 2 damage to up to 1 target creature token. Limited garbage. Give me a lightning rod. Something I can use as a channel. Ral called above the mayhem. Nodding, Phineas drew a copper leaf arrow from his emptying quiver and shot. Wow. I don't know how to process this. This is a story spotlight card that directly matches up with the written story. I haven't, like, a lot of the stuff that we see in the story cards straight up contradicts the actual written story. This is exactly what happens in the written story, right? I mean, the Phineas is emptying his, like, his arrow, his quiver being empty, maybe not so much, right? That part of it, but that's really, really minor. This is legit what happens in the story when they have to deal with the Dragonhawk. That's pretty cool, man. And you got Ral blasting a bunch of lightning. That's dope. That's dope. Dream says that would explain the purple magic associated with the bats could have been Cosmium first. Yeah, that's true, actually. That's true. Highwind, a good flavor card? Absolutely. Absolutely. Habanero, you like that the power creep isn't just in the rare and mythics because then the other cards don't feel as chaffy? That's a fair point, man. That is a fair point. Coruscation Mage, a red and 1 for a 2/2 Otter Wizard with Offspring 2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Make 2 of them. Every time you cast a non-creature spell, your opponent takes 2. There's some value tucked in there. You can put him out early if you're short on mana. Later on, you can double down. Not too bad. He looks like a wild maniacal inventor. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I've invented lightning balls. I can't wait to lick it. All right. Then we've got Emberheart Challenger. Oh my God. I love this artwork. 1 red and 1, 2/2 haste and prowess and valiant. So whenever he becomes a target, you exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You can play that card. What? What? Bro, the artwork, man. This is so dope. This is so dope. Look at him. Look, he's standing there atop a pile of, like, skeletons, right? You can see the skulls and stuff. Night has fallen, and light is coming from his flaming blade. And in the other hand, he has what looks like a little flower staff. This is epic as hell. This artwork is incredibly satisfying. That's so cool. That's so cool. Frilled Spark Shooter. 1 red and 3/3 Menace Reach. Enters with a +1/+1 counter, and if opponent lost life this turn. So you basically want to play it after you attack in most cases. Its frills keep it steady, making its aim impeccable. Its frills keep it steady. How? How? Is there something I don't know about lizards? How would having big goofy flaps like that keep you steady? What? Okay, whatever. Harnesser of Storms. 1 red and 2 for a 1/4 Otter Wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature or Otter spell, you can exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you can play that card. Triggers only once a turn. She feeds and powers her entire village. Wow! What amazing flavor text. I'm so impressed. Flavor text is crap. That's what you came up with? Who cares? Wow, she feeds her entire village. With what? How? How? Well, storms. Okay, asshole. How does that let you feed your whole village? Do people eat raindrops and wind and stuff? Fuck you and your lazy bullshit. Steampath Charger. My god, does this guy look like a douchebag. 1 red and 1, 2/1 Lizard Warlock with Offspring 2. When this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to target player. Hot-footed and cold-blooded. He looks goofy as hell. The little, nubbins on his head. A blibbity-blabbity bloop. I don't like him. Take out the trash! 1 red and 1 instant. Take out the trash, deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you control a raccoon, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. We already have cards that do the same thing. Just do 3 damage to target creature. Oh no, this can hit a planeswalker as well. So it's not exactly the same. Never mind. Never mind. Withdrawn. All right. Eric, you love the idea of offering it's taking your child into a war zone. Welcome to War Crimes, Billy. All right, then we got Valley Rally. Who's ready for a race? Beep, beep, beep. 1 red and 2, instant, gift of food. Creature you control get +2/+0 to end of turn. If the gift was promised, target creature you control gains first right. That's it? That's it? I mean, the gift's only a food. But that's lame, man. That's lame. It's fine, but it is underwhelming. Artwork's alright, though. Mabel standing there with Cragflame. Oh, let's go! It's a story spotlight. I presume this is the moment where she pulls Cragflame out in, the village. And it's like, I'm going to fix what's wrong. Who's coming with me? You have my bow and my axe. And we're gonna kiss, said the elf and the dwarf. That's what happened in Lord of the Rings, right? All right, Bark Knuckle Boxer instead of Bare Knuckle Boxer. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, honestly. You just change 1 letter and it works. 1 green and 1 for a 3/2. Whenever you expend 4, he gets indestructible until end of turn. I would toss that into my green tower. May your bark be worse than your bite. Brambleguard Veteran. 2 green and 1 for, Mr. Science. He's a 3/4. Whenever you expend 4, raccoons you control get +1/+1 and vigilance till end of turn. All right. Why should the bird folk get the best view? Screw them. I want to look at the trash. All right. Clifftop Lookout. Oh man, check out his looking glass. It's got a bead of water at the end of it. 1 green and 2, 1/2 reach. When he enters, reveal cards from the top of your library and 2 reveal land card. Put that card on the battlefield tapped and the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. We've come a long way from the days where 1 green and 2 would get you a 1/1 elf that would let you search your deck for a basic land and put it into your hand. This puts it straight into play and doesn't care if it's basic or not, right? The artwork is great. I love the vantage, the view of all the lands. You can tell how high up he is. I love that water magic and leaves were used to craft the actual device he's using. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Curious Forager. 1 green and 2, 3/2. When it enters, you may forage. When you do, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. That's all right. You can exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sack a food to get a permanent back from your graveyard into your hand. That's not too shabby. It's Eternal Witness adjacent. The bones of Calamity Beasts are sometimes buried in caches where their power can grow quietly. Huh. It would probably be better if they actually showed that at all in the artwork instead of just showing a bunch of random bottles. Right? Right? Highwind, you're cynical about Wizards of the Coast? Well, why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be? They're doing everything they can to just hose us in a bunch of different ways. Magic's gotten horrifically expensive. Value boosters are coming out. Card quality is at an all-time low. Like, for real, Mark Rosewater came out today and said, like, hey, I don't see us ever stopping Magic making Magic IP worlds because there are people who like Magic's IP. And it's like, have we really gotten so far gone that you have to fucking tell us that there are people who like Magic's actual worlds? Like, that's fucking pathetic. That should be fucking obvious. Anyways. Galewind Moose. Oh, imagine one of these smacking into your car, boys. 2 green and 4 for a 6/6 flash, vigilance, reach, and trample. When I started 6 mana, I would get you a 6/4 with no abilities. Now at instant speed, you get a vigilance, reach, trampler. Something has stirred the Calamity Beasts, and they're wreaking havoc. Anyone who wishes to help, come forth! Whether it's with your swords in the fight or your shovels in the field, join me! All right. All right. Longstalk Brawl. 1 green, sorcery, gift a tap fish. Choose target creature you control, target creature you don't control. Put a +1/+1 on the counter you can counter on your guy if you gave him a fish. Then the creatures fight. Ugh. That's all right. That's all right. Not amazing. I don't know. Giving your opponent a creature while trying to remove one of their creatures. Moving on. Paw Patch Formation. 1 green and 1. Choose 1. Destroy target creature with flying. Destroy target enchantment. Or draw a card and create a food token. It's interesting that it can't destroy an artifact. Enchantment specifically. Ness says, I don't know about you, but I've been playing Magic for 25 years just to play Assassin's Creed. That was the whole reason I got in. It's such an absurd thing to say, right? We got Polywallop. Oh, I hate this card. 1 green and 3 instant, costs 1 less for every frog you control. Target creature you control deals damage equal to twice its power to target creature you don't control. We'll see who croaks first. I hate it because it costs 4. I hate it. I hate this card. 3 Tree Scribe. Tree Scribe. 1 green and 1, 2/3. Whenever this or another creature you control leaves the battlefield without dying, put a +1/+1 on target creature you control. The tree wants to give me a warning. I just need to help it communicate. All right, fair enough. That works. That works. Super duper. Yeah, Dreadmaw. That's right as well. 6 mana for a 6/6 trampler, and it's definitely Dreadmaw plus. Treetop Sentries. 1 green and 3 for a 2/4 with reach. When it enters, you can forage. If you do, draw a card. That's fine for limited. They don't waste arrows on warning shots. All right. Look at how angry the one in the background. He looks way feral. His eye, he's like lost an eye and he's screaming. Ha! Pretty intense, actually. Burrowguard Mentor. A white and a green. Power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. It's got trample. On your paws! I've been fighting in these fields for more seasons than you've had hot dinners. Old cranky rabbit man. Vine Reap Mentor. Black and a green 3/2. When he enters or dies, create a food token. In youth we reap, in death we sow. Pretty straightforward. Not too shabby. The artwork looks awesome, actually. You've got the actual squirrel druid bedecked in all these bones and his robes. In the background, you've got another one holding a skull staff. And then you've got some bunny who's come to hang out and water his plants. May I water your plants, sir? Bark Form Harvester. This looks like it was like originally like a like a scarecrow for Innistrad or something like that, and they just were like, just put ears on it, kind of make it look vaguely squirrelish. 3 mana, 2/3 changeling. Boring, apparently. 2 mana, put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. It's like a living soul Devi excavator. Huh. The farmers hide when it runs out of potatoes to harvest. I'm gonna harvest your head. Nice head. I think I'll take it. Bumbleflower Share Pot. The original, that's what Miss Bumbleflower calls her fucking hoo-ha, guys. She calls it the share pot. All right, 2 mana. When it enters, create a food token. 5 mana and sack it. Destroy target non-land permanent only at sorcery speed. I may have overestimated the portions, she says. All right. Hidden Grotto. When it enters, surveil 1. Taps for a colorless, or pay 1 and tap it. Add 1 mana of any color. This is a reprint, isn't it? But with just like this crazy cave forest, which I dig, actually. Sunspine Lynx. 2 red and 2, 5/4. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. When it enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basics they control. Ridiculous. This thing is ridiculous. It's like a walk-in price of progress. And this is the like bestiary styling. So it's pretty funky. It's pretty funky. You wouldn't want this cat rubbing up against you. Oh man. Then we got Manifold Mouse. 1 red and 1, 1/2 Offspring 2. Beginning combat on your turn, target mouse you control gets double strike or trample based on your choice. Oh, do I need to repeat myself? Chugga, 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 chugga with the blades. That's all right. It looks... yeah, I guess that's how he gives double strike, right? Fair enough. Zoraline Cosmos Collar. 1 black, 1 white, and 1 3/3 flying vigilance. Whenever a bat you control attacks, you gain a life. Whenever she enters or attacks, you may pay a white and a black and 2 life. When you do, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Magic has gotten very complex with its creature abilities. They're wordy and unwieldy. Multiple people actually complained on my spoiler video today going, there's just too much. It's too much to parse. They're putting too much on cards. And you're not wrong. The people who feel that way, you're not wrong. That is absolutely the case. That is absolutely what's going on. Oh, okay. Well, we have made it through. We have made it through the spoilers, my friends. So now we return to your regular chill stream stylings. Hold on. Let me just move that over because now I don't have to worry about bumping into it as well, which is great because it's not directly behind me. Hidden Grotto is not to be confused with Crystal Grotto. Hidden Grotto is a new card. All right. Well, it's definitely similar enough to a bunch of other cards. Oh, man. I wish I wasn't sick. It makes me tire out a little easier. I had a lot of yawns in me. Also, I suppose it's that I have had no caffeine today at all. And I have had a little bit of caffeine the last number of days. Seems it's weird because it feels like they're trying to appeal to kids with the art and the gift rule, but the complexity seems like it would be an issue. I don't think that the gift rule is to appeal to kids. I could see theoretically trying to say the artwork is trying to appeal to kids, but I feel like things like Loot is an attempt to appeal to kids, like with its artwork. I feel like this is more just trying to nostalgia mine people who are older, who have memories of this stuff, and also... I mean, there is the furry side set as well, right? So they're baiting their hook with multiple barbs. You sometimes forget your card has a second ability when playing and need to be reminded because they do so much. Happens to me too, absolutely. Juglum, you're welcome, buddy. I'm glad you enjoyed us going through the spoilers. I enjoyed it too. I am loving Bloomburrow. I love the flavor of it, having a great time with it. Like... I was really happy today. I don't know if it was obvious, but I was really happy in today's video when I was going through all the spoilers. Having a really good time. I've actually been in a much better mood the last X number of days. I don't know exactly how many days, but I've been happier, right? And we went from an awesome fun stream last night straight up into, yo, I'm going to do a big fat video full of spoilers, the cream of the crop, and then the rest of it will be left to discuss later, because otherwise, as you saw, it took about 45 minutes to go through all those, which would mean the video would be like an hour and something long. But who knows? Maybe it'll get to the point where I start to do spoiler videos that are that big and cover all the spoilers that come out. Maybe I should just go for that route, because the people who want to enjoy the spoilers, some people will be like, oh, I don't like videos that long, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long I make my videos. The average watch time always seems to stay close to 10 minutes. It may drop down by a minute or two. It may go up by a minute or three, but overall, it stays around 10 minutes. So it doesn't really matter if I make a super long video in terms of like the people who only want to watch it in chunks or just a bit of it can watch it in chunks or skip through it. There are people who apparently watch my videos at double speed. There's lots of different ways that people consume content on YouTube, right? So maybe I will do longer spoiler videos. Dreams, I'm the wrong guy to ask about Commander and political implications because I don't play Commander because I don't really like the format. A heroic intervention would win out for me, but if we're talking art, Dawn's Truce wins. Second Sliver, you don't know about everybody else, but you like long videos. It's a very much a taste thing. There are some people who like long videos. There are some people who don't. I I don't want to click on a video that's less than 10 minutes long most of the time. I'm not interested in like really short videos. So long videos don't daunt me. I will absolutely watch a 4 or 5 hour long YouTube video. I will do that in chunks, obviously. I will not sit down and watch it all in one chunk. But I will absolutely sit down and watch a super long video. In fact, me and Carly are just finishing up watching what is her name? Jenny Nicholson's Star Wars Hotel YouTube video, where it's a pretty thorough look at the whole thing. So if the video is worth watching, I'll go through however many hours of it you make, right? Some you like to put longer videos on when sorting cards. Yeah, well, that was a video that I put on in the like background while me and Carly were playing computer games. So it's great for that. Super duper, you watched a 3-hour video about collision maps and invisible walls in Super Mario 64? Well, there you go, man. There you go. Juggling, you liked the border artwork? Oh, on the mouse? Yeah, it's pretty funky. They've got some alright styles this time around. Dreams, you won't watch archive streams? I do sometimes, but not everybody does, right? But I'm talking about actual videos in this case. There's a really cool video on entertainment in North Korea that's like 5 hours long, if that sounds interesting to you. Sometimes I put on like 2-hour walks, like walking through a village in Japan or whatever in the rain. And I'm like, okay. You know? I'm an old man. It's like old dinosaur man watches 2-hour videos of going for a walk, where in that same time frame I've watched 400 videos. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, next. And it's somebody going whoop whoop zazzle zazzle, and then a chick going a boogity boogity boobs, and then a guy going don't that fit in a bucket. Just like, oh. Somebody walks up to the screen. I'm going to touch the screen like this for every word coming on, and then I'm going to twirl off the screen. Bro, I hope somebody hits you with a fucking shovel to knock that shit off. You are so fucking pompous and douchebaggy. Everybody's got their own particular tastes, but God, do I hate a lot of short form content. Jess, no, I don't think that I've seen rejected cartoons. Juggling, you watch those the Japan videos as well? It's cool, man. It's cool. You get to see far-flung parts of the world that are unlike where you live. It's cool to see. Like, I'm not going to sit there and watch a 2-hour walk through some city in America because, newsflash, living in Canada and America, our cities are the same difference. You take footage from a random big city in America. You take footage from Toronto. It's the same difference, right? Highwind, the best thing you can think of is all these people eventually fade into obscurity after their very short moment of fame at the cost of their dignity. I look at it like this. It doesn't matter that I don't like it. I think it's stupid and I just go, ugh. But there's people who like it. They're enjoying it. So the person who's making it is making these other people happy. And they're not doing anything scuzzy like J Station or whatever else. So, like, it's, as long as they're not scamming it, I just accept that different people like different kinds of content. I will talk shit about it, but ultimately, I don't, like, have a problem with it. I just hate that so many websites want to feed me that crap. Like, it's one thing for it to be like, oh, check it out, TikTok. And then it's another thing for YouTube to come along and be like, I'm shoving in shorts. And it's like, okay, whatever. But then it just goes further afield where you go on Facebook and Facebook's like, check out shorts. No. Fuck you. And then go to the Weather Network. Watch short videos on here. No. Fuck you. I'm here to find out if it's going to rain, asshole. Like, fuck you. You're the Weather Network. No, but we want to be a video serving platform that serves shorts. Like, suck the entirety of my dick. I hate it. What up, Al? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, everybody's got different tastes. And we'll watch different video lengths and whatever. And at some point, I might make some shorter form content if it feels appropriate. If it's just a joke or some really fast thing that doesn't need a whole video for it, fine. Because I've done some videos even on this channel that were like 2 minutes long, like how to soup up your deck and stuff like that, right? So it's not out of the question. I just have preferences. And I really don't like how there's a bunch of social media and stuff that tries to ensnare you into constantly watching things like, bam, watch this. Like, what are you actually getting out of it? It's almost like they're trying to hold you captive, right? It's not about delivering anything of worth. It's just about keeping you prisoner for ads, you know? Al, life is going well? Good. Juggling, see, I taped up the room border and socket getting ready to paint. Yep, Carly actually was the one who did the majority of that while I was out. She decided to take the initiative because she's like, if I don't put up the tape and like get this going, it'll never get done. And I was like, hey, I'm sure that I would paint the wall. And it would turn out to be right before we had to move out of this place. I'd be like, right when we can't afford this place. When we have to go and live in a cardboard box. So yeah, this whole wall is going to become a green screen, which will necessitate changing the angle of the camera. I think it's actually showing more floor than it used to, really. The camera used to be a bit higher. But yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm planning to have the whole wall be a green screen, so hopefully it works out. Eric, I'm not wrong. It is what it is, right? Al, you liked the April Fool's stream? That was fun, where I made people think I was going to show up on the stream soon, but then I never actually appeared. But there was like little noises throughout. I did a 2-hour recording and put it up, and it was basically like, stream starting soon. But there would be little things like... and like you would hear that in the mic, like you'd just be like, yo, okay, he must be coming, but I never did. And then I showed up at the very end of the stream when I would end the stream normally, and I'd be like, oh, what's up, guys? Just made it to the stream. And then I looked and was like, oh, stream's over, thanks for coming, bye. Abook says, consumerism used to be about getting your money. Now it's about getting your time and attention to train the algorithm. It is true that companies are trying to use people like that. They still want your money too. It's both now. It's both. Heavy metal, you remember. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Well, I remember you. I can see your name behind me right now. That's right, Al. You remember at last minute. At the last minute, I ended the stream because that's fun. That was a funny idea. I actually stayed there and hung out the entire time during the 2 hours to see what people were saying, and I typed into the chat. Doomblade, you saw another ghost today and it was super scary? I'm sure you did. But don't worry, you'll be fine. Because ghosts are real. I know because some guy in a video told me about it. He was like, hey, they won't let me put them on camera, but they're real, bro. And I love it. I love ghosts. I kissed a ghost, but it wouldn't take a selfie with me. And now I'm depressed. Al, you missed the park streams? Yeah, unfortunately, there's just too many variables outside of my control to make that kind of stuff viable, right? Not really doable. Super duper, you know how I feel about collabs, but one year for April Fools, Drew Carey and Craig Ferguson swapped hosting Price is Right and the Late Late Show. I had no idea because I don't watch the Price is Right with Drew Carey because I hate him as a host, and I never watched Craig Ferguson's show because I never found him entertaining. You know what I mean? So I probably didn't give him much of a chance, to be honest. But the chance that he did get left me just going, I just remember you being in some sitcom or something. I don't have any like comedic memories tied to you, so thinking of you as a late show host. There's no way you're going to be fucking David Letterman, so whatevs, right? Jess, you felt like someone was blowing on your neck? Must have been a ghost, bro. Must have been a ghost. Al, the funniest guy in the park streams was definitely, you choochin', bro? You choochin', the guy who tried to get me to smoke cigarettes with him. He just walked onto my stream and decided to be a part of it. And he was trying to get me to smoke cigarettes with him and stuff. And then once somebody did a super chat and he saw it, he went ape shit. He started leaping around and yelling his email at my phone. Whatever it was like, what the hell was it? Something garage and a number. Like, it was just like, oh, Jimmy's Garage 92. Jimmy's Garage 92 at Hotmail. And he kept yelling, going, send me money. Send me money. It was insane. It was insane. And then afterwards, I saw that guy stopping people and asking them for money and change and shit. So I realized that's what he had just been doing all day. And then he came across me in the park and was like, I'm going to be part of this guy's stream. And that guy was fucking ridiculous. I've never seen anybody react so crazily to a super chat in my life. It was like a $5 super chat, and he was just like, send me money! Send me money! Yelling his email address. Super duper, you think I'd love Craig Ferguson? He's funny as fuck, and me and him have a similar comedy style to a degree. Well, fair enough. Like I said, I genuinely never really watched any of it, so I have no idea. Wait, what? Just Shannon Doherty died? And Richard Simmons? What? Are you fucking with me? Oh, shit. Wow. Okay, Richard Simmons is dead. 76. At least he got a good run. Oh, Shannon Doherty too? Wow, bro. Bro, she was only like 52 or 53. Yo, that's early. That is early for a lady, man. That's wild. This is what happens as you get older. Oh, this is aging me in real time. All the celebrities and stuff that you know die, and then you don't know the new guys. You don't know Jambly Bampson? What? No. You don't know about Wet Fart's Tootsie Roll, the new country singer? No. No, sorry, I don't. I don't know anybody. Dr. Ruth died yesterday as well. I thought she died like fucking 15 years ago. So that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Oh, Shannon Doherty had a long battle with cancer. That sucks, man. That sucks, bro. What a depressing turn this stream has taken. I hope you guys are fucking happy. I hope you're happy that we're just of these fucking grim reminders of reality, you know? Zircon, you thought Dr. Ruth died like 15 years ago as well? Yeah, she's 96. I was going to say, she must have been a million years old when she died. That's crazy. 53. Man. Man, oh man. Now they're all ghost actors. Beverly Hill 9021 Ghost. I'm going to go haunt the Peach Pit. God. Oh, what a universe. What a universe, my friends. Ness, you choose to play Magic, you're never happy? Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? God knows I've done a lot of complaining about Magic over the last few years. Things haven't been that great. Things haven't been that great. Bloomburrow's brought me back around to having good times with it. So there is that at least. Baron, oh, brain tumor. Shit, I got like 3 of those, bro. That's why I say the things I do. Heavy metal, you like Larry David's words of encouragement? At least I'm still alive. Hey, man, it's a good thing to be alive, honestly. We can still have fun and enjoy sucking on... We're old people. We can suck on some Werther's butterscotch candies. And we can talk about how much the world has changed and how much we fucking hate it. These kids these days have it too easy. You know how easy it is to see a hot lady's butthole on the internet, man? Every day is Dragonhawk a bird turned dragon or a dragon turned bird? It's a dragon that has been turned into a bird by coming over to Bloomburrow. To Bloomburrow. Yeah, Bloomburrow's cool, man. It's a cool concept. My soul's trying to escape my body, but I won't let it. Break stop, you feel like an old bastard when you go to the grocery store and look at the prices. Jesus, we really are going to make this a miserable stream. Let's think about how we're going to fucking die, and none of us will be able to afford anything in the future either. So you'll be poor, bored, everything will suck, and then you die. Great. Heavy metal what? You saw a pig's butthole from the Nintendo game Star Tropics today? The comments were lit. I had that game. I had that game back in the day. Al, is Clayton doing okay? You haven't seen him on stream recently? He's been around. He's been around. He may not be getting the notifications from this one or busy, but don't worry. We've seen him recently on the Historian channel. He's definitely still around. Scorba guys, it makes you feel old that you bought new bed sheets and were super excited for them. The reality is when you get older, you realize like the best stuff in life, and a bunch of stuff you cared about when you were younger, you realize is garbage and who cares. Like I remember when my buddy got his house and he bought this amazing stove. And I was like, bro, the stove is dope. And we started talking about all the stuff it could do. And then I just looked at him. I'm like, what happened to us, man? We used to be all about trying to plow bitches and get drunk and fucked up. And like, this is it. Like, what happened to us, like, being in weird places with weird ladies at like 3 in the fucking morning? And now we're here both getting excited over a fucking oven. Baron will be able to afford one value booster. That will only be able to afford the super value boosters. They come with three cards, one of which might be an uncommon. Man. So next month is when I get my glasses. This month I'm dealing with seeing the doctors about my throat problem. Next month I see them about glasses. I am aging in real time, so it's time. It's time for me to be a glasses guy. Thankfully I have Carly to help me pick out some good looking frames, because I'm sure that left to my own devices, I wouldn't pick out something that looked cool. I would pick out something that made me look stupid without realizing it. Every time I talk about value boosters, you think of the Mystery Box Family Guy skit. Hey, Andrew H., what's up? The man who normally can only watch the stuff afterwards is here for a live stream. How you doing, buddy? Apparently, this is your 10th super chat on all of YouTube. So congratulations on number 10, big boy. Al, you're absolutely correct with that. You think the people that don't grow up and change priorities are not going to have a good future. 100%. I feel like for me, it was real simple. When I was young, it was, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm not going to think about the repercussions. And it can be future Mike's problems. Whatever health problems, whatever financial problems, they're future Mike's problems. And so I pushed the problems for future Mike off and off and off until one day I became that future Mike. And I inherited all of my follies and was like, wow, I really fucked myself over. This is really stupid. So I changed directions. And now I go, how do I make future Mike's life easier, right? So that's what it's about. How do we make life easier for the future version of me, or at least not make it harder? And that, I think, really just sums up what happens with a lot of people. They're like, yo, I've been butting my head against this wall of my own mistakes, so why don't I stop putting bricks in it and start taking bricks off of it, right? Juggling, if you don't want glasses, why not get contacts? Bro, that's even crazier. Those are glasses that I have to put directly on my eyeballs and can get dislodged and scratch stuff. I don't know. I gotta dip my pinky toe into the glasses pool before I'm ready to consider contacts, right? But if I ever do contacts, I can get crazy ones too, right? Jess, you wish you stayed 18 forever? Oh, go listen to Forever Young and cry about it. Forever Ghost. Joe, that's right. Past Mike was a dick to leave me all his problems. He absolutely was. He spent his time getting high, avoiding responsibility, and running up debt in all kinds of terrible ways. So basically, I spent my 20s fucking my life up, and I spent my 30s trying as best as I could to undo the damage of the 20s, right? Spent a decade being a moron, then spent a decade trying to fix that decade of being a moron. And in my 40s, I'm happy to say that future Mike is a priority, not a, it'll be your problem, buddy. You know what I mean? Scorpageist, you're reminded of the Simpsons quote. It'll happen to you. I was with it once. And then what's it changed and became scary and weird to me. It'll happen to you. It'll happen to you. I remember that. Jess, you think contacts suck? Get a pair of Urz's glasses. I need actual glasses that work, Al. Abook says, I wouldn't go back to 18 for all the money in the world. I mean, I had fun. I would go back. I'd go back. Whatever. I'd go back and make the same mistakes, unless you're allowed to go back with the knowledge that I have, in which case it'd just be like, hold on, before we do this, please let me just go and look at some fucking stock charts and do a little bit of memorizing. When did Enron crash? When did this happen? You know what I mean? Apple stocks, please. You know, that kind of stuff. 10-4, you think I'm going to look awesome with glasses? Well, thanks for the positivity. I appreciate it. We'll see how it turns out. Jess, $2,700 was your biggest debt, and that was spent to keep your cat alive? Well, congratulations, Jess. We can say this, bro. Sometimes you think that you're fucking stupid, right? Well, you went into way less debt than I did, and you did it for a good reason. You did it to help, to help a living being that you cared about. You did it to help a living being that you loved, a member of your family. Whereas I did it for pointless, fleeting pleasure, laziness, all kinds of stuff. And my debt was tens of thousands of dollars. It was a staggering amount where you're just like, yo, I got to avoid collectors and all this kind of stuff. And eventually just had to go one step from declaring bankruptcy. I had to go on like a government approved kind of payment plan where the creditors had to accept less money, but I paid them back over a number of years. And that sucked, but it taught me way more financial discipline. And now I avoid debt unless there's particular kinds of debt it's smart for people to have, or not smart, but at least not stupid, right? Like if somebody taking on debt to buy like a house or something like that, when you can pay it all off, great. The bank just helped you get what you want and you paid them some interest. And that's a worthwhile purchase overall. Like, depending on a number of factors. I'm speaking in generalities, right? So like having debt to have something like a house is not stupid to me. Taking on a bunch of debt to buy an expensive pickup truck, unless you need that truck specifically for business and somehow can't find a used one, is really dumb. You can buy a used car for way less. So there's different kinds of debt that have different levels of intelligence attached to it. And I had the dumbest kind of debt you could have, 100%. And I'm glad that I learned financial responsibility. That meant that when it came to this, I was just like, oh, it's time to save what I can for emergency funds and stuff like that, right? Like, it's no more, oh my God, we can't afford dental work, so just sit in pain because that stuff's not covered. It's not covered. Canadian healthcare doesn't cover your dental work, so you're just gonna have to deal with your rotting teeth or whatever. Heavy metal, how much do we need to super chat so you can get LASIK or PRK? I have literally no idea how much that stuff costs. I've never looked into it. I have recently just come to terms with the fact that I need to get glasses. Honestly, it gave me the mortality trigger, basically. There's like lots of different things. I told my mom about it and she laughed. She's like, getting glasses is no big deal. And I'm like, no, it's the reminder that my existence is finite in a real and tangible way, right? So, like, I've been super lucky. My whole family wears glasses. I'm mid-40s now, and I'm finally getting them, which is about when you probably should. I'm not ahead of schedule. I've been very fortunate in that regard. But it just sent me spiraling, like in the, oh, kind of way. Now, that's all past. I've dealt with those emotions, and I'm all good. I'm back to being happy. I'm not looking at it as, oh shit, it sucks, this is all gonna end one day. I'm like, oh shit, it hasn't fucking ended. The theme park is still open, and I'm gonna fucking ride as many rides as I can and have as much enjoyment as I can, right? I wanna be 100 years old, still telling you guys to get fucked in live streams. But if I don't make it that far, every moment along the way, I'm gonna have a good time, 100%. 100%. 10-4, I'll look awesome with glasses. The cherry on top for a true historian. I guess it would lend credibility for the historian vibe, wouldn't it? Jess, yeah, new cars are in most cases an absolute waste, right? I mean, if your employer's paying for it, then hell yeah, let them pay the extra so you can have that new car enjoyment. But like a brand new car loses what, like 20% of its value as soon as you take possession and drive it away? Like, what? The price of this stuff in Canada, I've seen like trucks for like 50, 60 grand. So you're telling me you lose $10,000 worth of value the moment you drive away? That's wild. That's wild. Baron, I never paid for hookers in my life. Are you kidding me? No. I'm fucking charming and delightful. I have had no problem getting excessive amounts of female fucking company, dude. Very easily. I didn't even understand the signs back in the day. I didn't realize that if you're in another room talking with somebody and a chick hears you in another room and comes in to introduce herself, she's telling you to hit on her. She went out of her way because she heard you in another room and they're like, I like the voice. I like what this guy is saying. I'm going in to take a look. They take a look. They like what they see. They're walking up because they want to see more. I didn't know that, but I still had enough skills that I was able to fucking pick up different chicks. I didn't know the most subtle signs, but picking up ladies was no problem for me. The problem tended to be choosing which one I wanted to hang out with, right? When I was in high school, I didn't have any belief in myself, and I did not do well with ladies in high school. Once I got out of high school, fucking everything changed, son. Everything changed. Joe, your eyes suck just enough that you required him to get your driver's license. You've been wearing glasses since you were 17. I think there's a lot of people like that. I'm lucky it's just my vision is blurry close up now and far away. But in a normal range, everything is still crystal clear. So I'm going to get glasses to slow this degradation. I only really noticed that stuff in the distance was getting blurry recently, and that's what made me resolve, and only very, very minorly blurry, right? So that made me resolve, it's time. It's time for the glasses. Al, yep, it'll be even more fun when I'm insulting people as an old man because my insults will be retro because everyone will be like 3D hollow avatar. I don't know. You put a butt plug in yourself and it makes a holographic scan of you and you steer it by squeezing. God. Who knows what the future holds? Who knows? Who knows? It's funny that I made that joke about sucking on butterscotches because I actually went and got some today. I went and got some Werther's. What up, Ash Mead? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, man, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to have a fucking good time. I'm glad there's so many things to look forward to. You never know what new stuff is going to come along technology-wise, game-wise, just into your life to bring you joy. You never know what's going to start to mean something to you. I didn't really care that much about stuff that I care way more about now. Just a nice view in nature, going down and sitting by the waterside, feet in the grass and whatever, and just saying hello, a friendly hello to the people walking by. It's satisfying, man. It's satisfying. The simple things in life are bringing me joy. Just drinking water, getting enough sleep, exercising, trying to eat right mostly, not spending my time on negative bullshit like awful news and politics and crap like that. It's all like straightforward advice that people have been given forever. But like, that's it. As you age, one of the benefits is you genuinely start to see for real what actually matters. Baron says young Mike spent money on barks, drugs, and magic. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. Pop, ganja, booze. Actually, I wasn't playing magic for that time. There was once, like in high school, I couldn't get ladies and we were playing magic. Are you kidding me? Do you think that I'm gonna be worrying about buying magic cards or playing magic when I can be getting high as hell and plowing chicks, bro? Nah, son, titties. Yeah, fuck magic cards, right? Totally, totally. Once I started fucking dating chicks, picking chicks up and stuff, I was out of magic for probably like I'd say a good year or two, where it was like, man, they ain't getting my getting fucked up money. I want a big fat set of tits in my hand. Like, there are a few things finer on earth than a big old set of jugs weighing down your wrists, right? It's funny too, because especially when you're younger, like, this is the best. And then the fucking chick, like, I've had girlfriends, they just found it amusing. It's just because it's just like, they're just hanging on their chest to them. It's like, this is just something I got to deal with all the time, bro. Like, it's funny that it means so much to you. You don't know it as a dude because chicks don't want to just fucking hold your ball bag for an hour. You know what I mean? They don't want to hold your ball bag for an hour squeezing or whatever. But seriously, just cruising around with your hand on a big old titty, right? Squeezle. That's fun. That's not for the whole family. That's fun for a long period of time. What can I say? Right? BB, what's up? You realized your eyesight was getting bad when you started having trouble reading the collector number on red cards in the old border. You swear you used to have no trouble doing it like 10 years ago? Yeah, the tiniest text now eludes me unless it's funny. I'll take a bottle and I'll be looking at the tiny text and then I have to go like this and move it back a bit. And like my eyes like this to read it. It's actually what's going on with this bottle here. Baron. The orgies, nah. I've turned down every request that someone's like, yo, I know this chick who wants to get railed by two dudes, you in? And I'm like, bro, you just asked me if I want to see you naked, and the answer is no. And it's like, no, I've done it. We use blindfolds and stuff. And I'm like, the answer to getting, like, to me pulling my dick out in the same room as you is no, motherfucker. First of all, that's gross. Secondly, I'm not into sharing. Thirdly, who knows what fucking diseases you have? No. Like, bro, I wouldn't plow a chick after you had been with her at all, let alone doing it at the same fucking time. It's like asking me, hey man, I see you're about to maybe eat a sandwich. Or no, I brought a sandwich. Do you want to fucking bite the other end and we can lady and tramp it? No. In fact, I don't. So, I do not know. The people at those places are going to be fucking gross too. No thank you. No thank you. No orgies, no bar skags. Like, I've stayed disease free by being fucking smart, all right? Al, people and experiences matter more than collecting things. Yep, that's what you realize as you age. Absolutely. Absolutely. Baron, hush up about the pickles. Hush up about the pickles. The less people talk about it, the sooner it will be completely forgotten. And then nobody will ever pay $450 to make me eat that fucking pickle. Well, I don't doubt I could eat the whole thing. But to take significant... Oh, God. Shut up. Just as orgies are either free or extremely expensive. You definitely don't want to go to the free ones, right? And the fact that they're going to charge you is wild too, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not for me, man. Not for me. I've had buddies pay for hookers, but for me, it would be an insult to my ego because I'm way too charming. I'm way too charming to have to pay for female companionship. Women want to spend time with me because I'm a good time. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple. Fucking the voice and these nice blue eyes don't hurt either. Let's be real. And the fact that I'm also not like really saddled with any genuine health problems in terms of like too big to move around, that kind of stuff, you know? But I suppose on the other hand, women can be pretty annoying. So maybe just like taking the money you would have spent on all the other stuff you do, and then just giving it to him and being like, that whole, what's the expression? You're not paying a hooker for banging. You're paying her to leave. It's just like, sometimes, I get that. I get that. And the wife is excitedly talking about something, and you're just like, oh, like, I love her and I'm glad she's excited about something, but why does she have to talk to me? Like, why is she talking to me? And you can't just be like, shut up! Holy fuck, just shut up! You know what I mean? Because then they'll get all hurt and sad or mad. And then you got to deal with that, which takes even more time. So you just got to try and pretend like you give a shit about whatever. Just remember enough words of what she's saying that you can garble out a response at the end. Even if she's disappointed by that, at least you fucking listened. So it's not going to eat up as much of your time, right? Man, it'd be pretty funny for somebody who wasn't aware of what my live streams are like. Watch the historian video. And then we're like, oh, he's going to do more spoilers in the live stream. Come over to the live stream. Make it through it. And they're like, this is insane. Like, this has been all over the place with all kinds of ridiculous nonsense. And a whole bunch of swearing and messed up craziness. Oh, man, the streams are fun. I'm gonna start a channel of yawn singing. Probably already exists. 10 for a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I don't know. 1 finger in the air is worth 2 in your mom. What is this? What do you want from me? What am I supposed to respond to that with? Huh? Huh? Is that saying that having a wife is better than dating 2 chicks? Dating multiple chicks, it can totally be a hassle. That is true. Jess, you thought you were warming up the oven, but your roommates put the temperature on 0 so it didn't do anything, and you waited 10 minutes for nothing? I hate when I do something like that. Like when I put the bacon on the stove and then I'm like, okay, I've got enough time to do a few things, and then I gotta make sure to go back and flip the bacon. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go back before it burns. And then I'm like, I didn't even turn the burner on. I just turned the oven hood on. Think the burner's on. My bacon's still cold in the pan. Man, this is what happens when you get old. You stay up late. Oh, I'm gonna need to be tucked in. Somebody read me a story and give me an orange slice. Wait, who has an orange slice before they go to bed? What are you supposed to have as a snack before you go to bed? A cookie? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. Oh, well, all right. You know what? I guess if I'm yawning this much, it's a sign that we should be wrapping it up. So, thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. It has been a chill stream indeed. I will catch you for the next one. Goodbye for now.